Hello, everyone, and welcome to this pick a card reading. This is going to be what's coming towards you. And I'm leaving it open ended. So it really is whatever message comes through related to the pile is what comes through. It can be focused on any topic. So it's kind of like a grab bag pick a card, but it's what's coming towards you. So depending on the pile you pick, will be what you will experience coming towards you here next. I'm putting this out for into the new year, so like over the next like almost 2 months, like maybe into January. The middle of January is what I'm gauging here. If you're watching this at the time it's released, if you're not, then it's about 2 months out is what I'm gauging here. So what we have here is the first pile one is going to be this beautiful, beautiful purity card, okay? With this here, what is it, hemochromatic eyes on this wolf. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful. And then the rose quartz crystal, that's pile one. Pile two is this release card with this nice, beautiful autumn tree. And I think this is turquoise, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So interesting. That's my automatic cat feeder. It must be 3 p.m. when I'm doing this. So then and crazy enough, right at pile 3. So, I am going to keep that in mind, that there was a confirmation there that came through when I do this pile for pile 3. So we have the fulfillment card with this beautiful peach and the moon popping through there, the peach, and almost like a little bit of a night. I feel like this is actually, that the morning, like sunrise. I'm getting a sunrise feeling off of this card. When the moon, like it's daylight, but you can still see the moon, even though the sun's already up. It's giving me that kind of vibe. And then we have this quartz crystal here, white quartz crystal. And then we have, for pile number 4, we have this freedom card here with all these birds on it, freedom card, and then this piece of howlite. So go ahead and take a few seconds to think about which pile you'd like to visit, or piles if there's more than one that you're drawn to, and I will see you when you get there. Hello, my pile one. So if you picked pile 1, you picked this purity card here with this beautiful wolf with the hemochromatic eyes and the rose quartz crystal. So I went ahead and pulled some oracles for you here to go with this. So let's, to save some time, let's see what we have here. We have the skywriting, the fates, number 49. 31, dry desert. Overcoming obstacles. Go over it or around it, or just see the way through. There's a hidden path to discover. And then we have the key. There's an issue or an opportunity that needs your immediate attention. Act now before the chance is gone. And then we have the herald, which is small regrets, longing. I'm putting those there because I plan on pulling some tarot down here at the bottom. So then your last oracle card is the adventurer, which is responsibility and expectations. So let's see what we have here. Let me see what comes through. So right off the bat, I'm really drawn to the snakes on this Herald card. That was the first thing that I noticed. And I noticed this entanglement, that these two snakes are entangled, entwined. So there, you might feel like you're tangled up in something that you don't see a way out of. Especially with the fates, the skywriting, the fates being here, like it feels like there's something you're stuck in. Even with this overcoming obstacle cards, there's an obstacle, there's something that's stuck. You feel like, you know, this dry desert, you feel like there's no way out, like there isn't a way out, but the universe is here to say there is an opportunity. You may just need to look at things from a different way than what you're looking at them. It's really calling. Like even this, you know, even this card, this adventurer card, there's an erupting volcano that is on this card. And so it talks about responsibilities and expectations. And I feel like the weight of those, like the weight of your responsibilities and expectations recently or right now, my pile ones, is causing this, like you're about ready to explode, you know, like you feel like you're stuck in something, there's no way out, it's like you're almost abandoning hope. I'm definitely going to have to probably pull something. I want to go ahead and I'm going to use the healing, I think the healing tarot, to pull some cards on this purity, because, you know, the rose quartz is a stone, a crystal that can help with healing. And so there's a situation here that I feel is calling for healing in some way. It's calling for new energy, something different. And I feel like even with these different colored eyes, I think it's seeing things in a different way. You know, maybe it's like, you know, where one eye sees something one way, another eye sees it a different way. And it's like, you know, maybe you need to open both those eyes that see things from a different aperture, a different lens, and see a new path forward. Kind of like a 3D image or something, you know, whereas like when you have 3D glasses on, sometimes you can't, you know, you can look through one and you see red, you look through the other one, you see blue, and then when you put them together, you see something new, you know, in 3D, you know, where something was 2D before, you're now seeing it different in a new light, seeing it through both lenses, you know, and I feel like that's kind of what's coming through here for you. What's coming next is almost like, I feel like there's this calling, this need in the next couple months to see a new way of doing something, to look for the window. Okay, so like if you've ever heard the phrase that not that I personally am a follower of Abrahamic religions, but when one door closes, you know, or when it seems like all doors are closed, or a door has closed on you, there's always a window or something open. There's always a way. Like there's always a way through, you know. When the door is closed, there might be a window open. And it's like not looking for another door, but looking for a window, or looking for a hole, or a different way than is what's traditionally done, to find the way out of the situation that you find yourself in at the moment, is what I'm getting here, pile one. So not what I expected, but, you know, hey, that's what's coming through. Give me clarification on this purity card. Give me I want 3 cards, please. 3 cards of clarification on this purity. Give me 3 cards of clarity on this purity card. So I must have my deck upside down. Yeah, I did. I was going to say, they shouldn't all come out upside down. So we have the 8 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Fool. So this is giving me a transformational energy. So walking away from something that doesn't serve you, taking a risk to move towards something that is more suited for you, which can talk about that opportunity. But right now it's like you feel like you can't break away from this situation that you find yourself in for whatever reason. But I feel like the purity here is that the universe is giving you, is like trying to bring this purity to the situation in, so to help you see the way forward, to see the way out, to see the way to break free, to move toward the sun, to move towards something that's more suited for you. But it might take a risk on your part. It's like, I feel like with the Fool here, it's like the universe is giving you this purity, like purifying the situation to a point where you can leap, but you have to take the leap. You have to see the opportunity. My pile ones, you're going to have to know when to leap. You're going to have to be paying attention and looking outside of the box and looking for the signs and signals to know, to see the right path, to see the window that's open, to see the path forward, because it's not, I don't think it's going to be super cut where, like, you in the past you felt like you couldn't see anything. It's like the universe is coming in for you, and where you have no hope left, where you feel like there's no way out of this. You feel so entrenched and intertwined in a situation that you just have lost hope, and you're not even you're like, there's just no way out of this. I just don't see a way out of it. There's nothing, like you've turned over every leaf and every stone and looked at it from every angle, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I got to figure this out, because it could be like, you need a new job, but you have to stay where you're at because you have bills to pay, and you have to, or you have kids to take care of. You have some responsibility, this responsibility and expectations that are placed on you, that you have to, you have to do something like that, where you have to, there's something you have to, that you're expected to do. So you can't just leave the situation that you're in because you need that income or something to that effect. Or maybe, you're in a marriage and that person is the one that has a job and is providing all the income. You can't just leave that marriage when you don't have a way to take care of yourself. It's something to that effect where you know that you need to leave, that you need to move, but you don't see how. You don't see the way to do it yet. And the universe, with this, I think what's coming within the next couple of months, is the universe is going to give you a way to see a way forward, even if it's a small one. And you might almost discount it, which is why the Fool's coming in here. I feel like, because it's going to seem really risky. You're going to really have to take a lot of strength, pile one. It's going to take a lot, you're going to have to take that risk and that chance when you see it. When you see the opportunity, to take it, you're going to have to take it. If you want to move toward the sun, if you want to get unstuck out of the situation and move, make a move toward the direction you want to. Okay. So, let me go ahead. I want to, that was clarification on that, the purity card. I still want to go ahead and pull. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have enough room on the table. We've already discussed that. I'm going to take that off so I can go ahead and I'll leave them to the side in case we need to reference it. But I want to pull some tarot cards here and see if there's any other messages that want to come through here for you with the tarot cards. We have the Hermit, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Four of Cups. Okay. So what I feel here by pile ones is I really feel like I love these two cards. I love these two cards coming out for you, because this tells me that if you're willing to take that risk, that the opportunity that is presented, if you're willing to do that, things are going to be amazing. Like, look at this. I mean, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is like the minor arcana version of the Empress with the Empress here. So it's like, you know, somebody that has all their stuff together, and it's like going from, you know, this responsible person where maybe, you know, where you could do stuff on your own, you know, before. Now you're going to really have this glow up, you know, where you're going to feel, you're going to know you can do things on your own. Like where you kind of knew you could, but you didn't have that 100% confidence before maybe to do it. Once you make this move, once you open, find that way out, find the door, the window that's cracked open and take that, you know, it's going to really boost your confidence, and it's going to really provide you with a lot of abundance in your life. Like you're going to really feel like you've come into your own, you know, at that point, because you're going to be free. You're going to be releasing that energy of that burden, you know, because it's going to really take a lot of weight off your back, where you felt like before you had to sequester yourself away, this hermit energy where you had to protect yourself and sequester yourself away and keep to yourself. And like I said, you know, where you feel like you were fighting all this external conflict and stuck in this whatever this is for you, you know, situation where you couldn't, before you felt like you couldn't find your way out. Now and this all hinges on you seeing the opportunity that's presented and taking the risk to jump on that opportunity. If you do, you know, it's going to bring a lot of blessings for you here. And, you know, but I have a feeling like this four of cups can talk about a missed opportunity. So we want to make sure we don't miss the opportunity, miss the boat, because it's going to bring something really beautiful, you know, because it says, like, you know, with this key card, it says there's an issue or an opportunity that needs your immediate attention. So, I mean, there's definitely something that, you know, that's time sensitive, that you're only going to have a small window of opportunity is what I get here. A very small window of opportunity. The universe, the fate, you know, like fate is coming in, fate is intervening in your situation and giving you the small window of opportunity where you can see things in a new way. Like I said, where, you know, you maybe saw things in a 2D sort of way before, so you didn't see the way out. Now with this, you know, with this three-dimensional thinking or three-dimensional vision, it's really showing you as a new way that you can go, you know, even though it may seem really bizarre and really out of the box, and you're like, it's going to seem risky. So it's going to be, you know, you're going to have to take a chance on it. Are you willing to take that chance, or are you going to miss that opportunity to really set yourself free? You know, set yourself free from this conflict and this, you know, this isolation and this conflict that's been occurring for you, where you feel like you're kind of stuck. You know, you could turn this around big time. So that's what the universe is telling me that's coming for you, pile one, in the next couple months, is this window of opportunity to really get unstuck. And I feel like for instance, if you're in a job and you're trying to get out of a job, like the example I spoke of, you know, where you can't really leave the job you're in because you need the income. Well, there might be someone, you know, like an opportunity, like an email that comes across, or a job, like a job listing that comes across that catches your attention. and it's going to require your action to act and put in your resume, or put in, to take the action to go seek, um to invest in that opportunity. You're going to have to take that risk by putting your, sending your resume or applying for that position. But it may pay off dividends, because I think, if you take a risk like that, if you're willing to act on something that's being shown to you, like something that grabs your attention for maybe just a hot second, like it'll just be a hot second, it's going to get your attention. And you're going to be like, you're going to feel like, oh gosh, that sounds really cool. And if you take the opportunity to dig into it and look at it, you're like, you can feel it in your heart. You're like, oh, this feels right. Like you can feel that, it feel like it's pulling you, like it's pulling you in a direction. And if you feel that pulling, on your soul, that feels right, that feels like you should move in that direction, that's the universe trying to help. That's the universe trying to get your attention, trying to pull you. But it takes two, just like it does in anything in life. In a partnership, your partnership with the divine, it takes two. It takes you to take the action. The universe can put opportunities in front of you, but if you don't act on them, then they become missed opportunities. If you don't act on them, when the universe throws them in your face, and puts them in your path, and it could be as simple as something as seeing a billboard, and saying, oh, that sounds cool, and writing down the number and calling the number, or looking up their website online, or like I said, a job listing or something that comes across either in your email or something that you would normally dismiss, but for whatever reason it catches your attention. And then you're like, if you take the chance to look into it more, you're going to be like, oh, this sounds like this, in your heart, like I said, your soul is pulling you, where it gets you a little bit excited. Go for it. Put in the application, do the extra amount of work, because it's something like that that's going to pay off in the long run. And not only is it going to get you out of the stuck situation you're in, but I also feel like it's going to elevate your situation. It's going to add more to it. So whether that it's status or more income, or help you become more financially stable, it's going to help you elevate in some way from where you are currently. So that's what I have for you, my pile ones. I thank you so much. If you like this message and you resonated it, please hit that like button down below. It really shows a lot of support for my channel and helps this video get out there to more people. So thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed already, I really hope that you'll consider doing that. And if you are going to watch any other piles, I will see you there. Thank you so much. Harmony and gratitude to you. Hello, my pile twos. If you picked this beautiful release card as your card, if you were drawn to that, or I believe this little turquoise stone, you're at your pile. So let's go ahead. I went ahead and pulled some oracle cards ahead of time. You actually got some extra cards that came through, so hopefully we'll have enough space to put all of these cards down for you. So we have deep diver, diving into a task, number 10. So trying to complete something at this time. So this is what's coming. This is what's coming towards you over the next couple months is the intention of this reading. So it could be on any topic universe wants to talk about for your piles. So we have the 23 golden palace card there, and this was one of your extra cards. You have 5 the goblins card to go along with that golden palace. I think I'm gonna put these like this, and then we have strange land. Let me read this. You are discovering things you haven't experienced before. New knowledge feeds a success. I like how this is like, both of these almost give an underwater vibe. I almost feel like this, even though, I mean, I almost feel like that's like, it gives me almost an Atlantean vibe, like underwater, like an underwater kingdom, like a mer kingdom or something. I don't know. I don't know that that's what it's supposed to be, but that's what it's giving me. Peace. And then we have protect your peace from negativity. If you can't find peace within yourself, you will not find it anywhere. Okay? So, interesting cards here. I like that we have this piece with the goblins, because goblins is 5 goblins card. Usually gives me a strong vibe of, like a 5 of wands kind of energy conflict. You also got an extra card of the Citadel Oracle as well. So the first one when we have is the Alchemist, balance, intention, and destruction. So interesting. So this is transformative, transmutational energy. Transformative energy is what I'm feeling there. I kind of want to, I don't know where I'm going to put this third card. So we'll figure that out in a second. So then we also have the vengeance overcoming slights, a choice. Overcoming slights, a choice. So almost like a choice of taking the high road or the low road. Again, it brings me back to this peace and negativity, peace from negativity. Like, are you going to let someone bring your energy down? Are you a situation or a person or a thing bring your energy down? Because it almost feels like there's somebody trying to cause you difficulty, pile 2. Someone or something trying to cause you some difficulty, trying to tie you up and cause you some conflict. But it's saying, to transmute that, so be take the high road in a situation. Take, if somebody's envious or jealous or, projecting onto their insecurity, difficulties, projecting that onto you in some way, this is calling for you to release that, transmute that energy into love, into positivity. Find a way to flip the script, so to speak. And then we have the musician, inspiration, gratitude. Yeah. Turn that negative into gratitude. Find the positive of the situation. I really feel like I'm going to put that over here with this peace card, because I really feel like that's what is calling for over the next 2 months. There's a situation that's going to call for you to try and stay in a positive frame of mind. And I even like this, like, deep diver diving into a task, because maybe that's what it's going to call for, is like to not buy into like the pettiness or low vibrational energy of things around you. And you can do that. One of the ways that you can transmute that energy is like deep diving into your own stuff, like deep diving into work, trying to complete something, staying in your own lane, minding your own business, not letting this, whatever this is, affect you, is what I'm getting really strongly here. There's a need to release any toxicity, any negativity, not let it get to you. That's what I feel like. That's what's coming in the next. I mean, I hate to say that that this is the story, but it's what's coming through for you for this pile. Is there is a situation that's going to be difficult coming, if it's not here already, that is going to, call for you to release the situation in a way that it isn't going to affect your mental state of being. It's not going to bring your vibration down. And I think if you dive into your task and dive into work or dive into a hobby or some kind of task here, with this deep dive card, that, which is a 10, and 10 can be the card of the Wheel of Fortune, which is changing, flipping things, changing the situation. Again, transformational energy, that you might find that you start experiencing things in a different way. And then also, I like that it says that, you could, while you're doing whatever it is here to distract yourself from and avoid whatever the situation is, that it's asking you to transform, or to make sure you stay positive minding and stay peaceful, stay at peace. Don't let the negativity get to you. As long as you can keep that peace, I think in that process of mind staying in your own lane, you're going to discover something. You're gonna see something, discover something. And I like that it says, oops, as I drop the card, that this new knowledge leads to success. Now, this can be a successful outcome of the situation. It can be success in leading to a new profession or a new income stream. We'll try and get a little bit. Let me go ahead and clarify, see if I can get some clarity on that for you. Can you give me 3 cards on what this success that will be, the new knowledge that will feed that success? What's the success? If person number 2, if pile number 2 finds this new knowledge, what success can they expect? What success can pile 2 expect? 2 more, please. What success can pile 2 expect if they discover this new knowledge? If they keep the high ground, stay positive, and find this new knowledge, what success can they expect? There we go. Okay, so you have the Queen of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords in reverse, which is interesting because I never have my cards in reverse in my decks, and then the Strength card. So this is really going to be, I get the Strength card is strength of character. It's going to really allow you to really step into this very abundant, prosperous person, where I feel like you're going to be seen as somebody that can withstand, like, it's going to raise your integrity, your stature to people around you. Like, it's really, they're going to see how strong you are, like, that you can't be fazed. And it's going to like garner a like respect. Like, it's really going to make people really look at you in a new way. They're going to see how strong you are. They're going to see that they can't get in your head, that these people that are trying to get inside your head, they can't do it. They're going to realize how strong you are, and they're going to see you in a new light. This is the success you're going to receive, is you're going to, people are going to really see the person that you are, and have this new admiration and new respect for you. And I think because of that admiration and respect that people see you, the way they see you in this new light, I think it's going to open doors of opportunity for you that you may not realize. Because it's, I think, in the process of that, somebody may see what's going on. Somebody may witness all this and see what is occurring, and see that this didn't phase you, it didn't get you down. And because it didn't get you down, they might say, oh, that's the type of person I want to be doing this or doing that for me. You know, like it could lead to something else. But if not, it's going to build you up as a person that you're going to be able to take that skill set with you wherever you go or throughout the rest of your life. So it's going to make you garner more respect in your life. You know, people are going to really respect you very highly because of being able to transmute this kind of energy, the combative energy, being able to know how to transmute that lower vibrational energy and turn it into something productive. Interesting. Let's go ahead and get the tarot and see if there's anything else, Spirit, you want to add that's coming for my pile twos. What's coming in the next couple months? Anything you want to add? Anything you want to add? Nope. Okay, there we go. We have the Eight of Swords. There's that Eight of Swords. So, you know, we saw that in reverse. And I like how that's coming right under this, you know, you're discovering new things you haven't experienced before, new knowledge. I think that this is what you're learning. You're learning to not let people, you know, get inside your head, not let what other people say or other people think affect your mental state, is what I think you're learning through this experience that you're going through or you will be going through. And then we have the Three of Cups here. I feel like this is just the people involved, that there's lots of people involved in this situation. I feel like, you know, this is giving me a vibe of possibly co-workers or maybe, you know, friends. Maybe it's a friend group that this is occurring in. Something to that effect is what is coming through strongly. The Six of Cups. Yeah, it could be friend group. It could be a lover. I mean, it's somebody you're connected to. Well, heck, Six of Cups, I mean, it could be a job for all that, but it's something you're definitely connected to on an emotional level. You know, it's something you feel very strongly about. You're connected to in a strong way. You know, because it's like, you know, she's sitting there trying to be helpful, you know, and I feel like, you know, you've been trying to be helpful and someone is taking advantage of that, or someone's trying to bring you down to their level. See how that person, I almost feel like she's like wanting to just pull that person down to where she's at, you know, like somebody's trying to pull you down. And it could be somebody you think would never, you know, never try and do that to you, or you, it's almost like you don't see it coming. But there's this little raven up here, you know, like that's watching the situation. So I feel like there's people that are seeing this, that maybe you don't see it, but other people are seeing what's going on. They're seeing the situation play out. And I think that, you know, like I said, it's gonna, if you take the high road in this and you can transmute this and stay positive and stay at peace and not buy into the pettiness or the low vibrational energy or somebody trying to bring you down, my pile twos, that it's gonna garner a lot of respect from those that are spectating, that are, you know, that are seeing the whole thing go down. Interesting. And then we have the High Priestess. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it which is using your intuition to move into calmer waters. This is Six of Swords, is that it's a transformational kind of energy. It's going from choppy waters to smoother waters. It's going away from the conflict toward peace and knowing what to do, you know, knowing how to handle yourself. The High Priestess doesn't let things phase her. She's smart enough and has enough wisdom and insight and intuition to know that this stuff isn't worth her time and effort. It's not worth her energy, this lower vibrational energy, because she's got bigger fish to fry. She's got more important things to do. There's more important places for her to be than this, whatever this ends up being. whatever this is that needs to be released. This needs to be, and it could be just, it could be as simple. It might not. I'm getting a strong indication this is external, but it could, with this card, it says, protect your peace from negativity. It could, because it does say if you can't find peace within yourself, you'll not find it anywhere. So this is learning how to bring yourself peace of mind. So through this situation, and it's always, it's always difficult sometimes when we have situations that are difficult, because we have to go through these because they're learning experiences. That's why things happen in our life. If we didn't have difficult, there was a clip that I watched recently, and this is coming through strongly, so I'm going to share it. There was a clip that I watched recently where it talked about, and I don't remember what TV show it was from, but it was basically somebody saying, to be careful if you ask for grace, the universe might give you a situation to learn grace. If you want to learn unconditional love, or if you want more unconditional love, or to be able to experience unconditional love, the universe may put you in a situation where you can learn unconditional love. So the whole basically moral of the video was to say, be careful what you wish for, because the universe, the way the universe brings things into your life is through teaching moments, is through putting you in a situation where you can find peace or learn peace or learn love, or learn, where you learn kindness, you learn compassion, or, it's things like that the universe is not just going to give you something, like hand it to you necessarily. It's going to come through a learning experience, because there's more value added to it when you go through it, and on the backside you've learned and you've grown and you've become this better person. And it's something that experience will stay with you, and you, as we saw the strength card that came out, it builds character. It makes you a stronger person. It makes you earn more respect from people around you, because you've endured this, you've gone through it, you've done this transformation of turning lead into gold, turning the crap into something beautiful, and through that process, through that alchemical process of transmuting those situations and learning how to find peace in any situation, now that peace, you're going to have that peace for life. You're going to be able to, no matter what comes, no matter what situation comes up in your life, you're going to be able to find the peace in it. You're not going to have to worry and stress anymore, because you believe in yourself, and that you can bring this peace to yourself. So it's really beautiful, and I hope you see that. I hope you see the beauty in the lesson, and because it's going to really be, I think this is amazing for you, Pile 2, because this is something, like I said, if you can do this is something that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. No matter how young or old you are, this is something, a skill set that you won't lose, that you're going to be able to take with you forever, and until you pass away. It's going to be a skill set that you're going to have as part of who you are going forward. So I think that's really beautiful. So that's one. I'm going to leave it there. I think that the message came through really good. So I think I have a good idea of what might be coming. If this resonates with you, it may not resonate yet. Because I feel like this is coming for a lot of you. It's not something that's happened yet. Maybe some of you might be starting to see something come about, like there's people or a situation that might start causing a problem, but I don't think quite, for most of you, I don't feel like you see it yet, so it may not resonate with you. So, if you watch this and you find yourself in this situation here in the coming, few months, come back and let me know. Let me know in the comments down below that this resonated with you. Maybe hit that like button then if you haven't already to support me. And thank you so much. If you're gonna, I'll see you if in the other piles. If you plan on, if you were drawn to more than one than just this pile, I'll see you there. If not, I'll catch you in the next video. And I thank you so much for your support. Subscribe if you haven't already. I wish you the very, very best. Gratitude and harmony. Hello, 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 my pile threes. Hello and welcome. If you picked this beautiful peach fulfillment card, and as I talked about in the pick a card intro, this gives me a vibe of like the moon that's out in the morning sun. When the moon, even though the sun's up, you can still see the moon in the sky. And then we have this quartz crystal. I went ahead and pulled oracle cards ahead of time to save some time. So let's go ahead and see. We're looking at what's coming for you, pile three, in the next couple months. So this is general a message. It take what resonates, leaves the rest. But it's been just one so far. For the other piles, it's been just a real kind of cut and dry message of something that's coming up. So it's not been multiple things per se, but we'll see what happens here. So I've left it very open for the universe to speak about whatever it wants to speak about. So you have number 12, Dragon Horde, protecting the future. The number 39, protecting treasure. Wow, a lot of protective energy here. A lot of protecting energy. Then you got two of these cards that came, the Sacred Souls portal card that came through. This is the same one that the pile 2, it came back out, the pile 2 had. You are discovering things you haven't experienced before. New knowledge feeds success. If you're drawn to pile 2, go see that. If you thought about watching it, this might be, but weren't for sure. If you maybe were on the fence between 2 and 3, this might be your call to tell you to go watch something, to watch pile 2. There might be something in that message for you. And then we have Promised Land. You have almost reached your goal, so don't stop now. Take every opportunity you can. So this is interesting, coming in with all of this protective hoarding energy. And then we have this nice ripe peach just for the picking, and this fulfillment card here right in the center of this hoarding, protecting energy. Oh, I need to put that over here. I'm sorry. Let's put that. I forgot those were the same cards. Okay, let's put that there. Okay, so we have those two cards, and then we have from the portal of higher self, we have manifestation. You have the power to manifest your dreams into reality. Use this energy to make positive changes. Okay, interesting. The Painter from the Citadel deck. Productivity and creation. Productivity and creation. And then you have the Runaway, which is secrets running from problems. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing your message coming through already. Seeing a lot that's coming through. Now I see why there's that moon on the fulfillment card, because it's almost like it's eclipsed by your shadow energy, that fulfillment. Like it's almost like I'm seeing this, I'm seeing this, because there's this protective energy on both sides of this fulfillment. Protected, like this hoarding 4 of Pentacles, kind of 7 of Wands, protective both of these are protecting and guarding, where this is more like protecting and guarding your heart, like from a place of emotion. This is more a protecting and guarding your pinnacles, your treasure, the material. So it's like there's this very guarded energy. And then we have this card that's talking about running away from your problems, that there's secrets that you're keeping. There's things you're keeping hidden, and the moon's here, that you can talk about things that are hidden. Very interesting. And it talks about discovering things that you haven't experienced before, new knowledge. So it's almost like you've almost reached your goal. Don't stop now. So it's in manifestation. So it's like, I almost feel like with this productivity and creation card, that maybe you've been diligently working on something that you feel is going to be your abundance, or bring this blessing, bring this abundance, this fulfillment into your life. Like, so you've been working behind the scenes, because we have like curtains here. So like you've been working behind the scenes, my pile 3, diligently on something, and you've been keeping it close to your chest. You've been really keeping it close hold, like not sharing it with anyone that you're doing this, that you're manifesting something, that you're working on something, you're creating something, you're trying to change your reality in some way. And you've been working really hard on that. And whether that be material or mental, like it could be just, a mindset that you're changing about the way you look at things. But it could definitely also be, it can also be, something you're creating for your tangible reality as well, because this gives me a very pentacle material vibe. And then the peach is something that's tangible. It's juicy. It's ripe for the picking, but it's hidden beneath this moon energy. It's not fully in the light yet. So it's telling me that maybe you've been working on something in secret, and it says you've almost reached the goal, to not stop. Not to stop. Don't run away from any problems that you might encounter, because it's like you've almost reached your goal. You're almost there. So this runaway card is almost giving me like can be a little bit of an insecurity, like a little bit of an, with the cage being there, a little bit of an 8 of Swords energy, where, you don't get caught stuck in your head with negative stinking thinking, or feel like something maybe is taking too long, or, where you start having doubts. It's like, I'm getting like, this is just kind of a caution to say, don't let those doubts creep in, because you're almost there, my pile 3s. You are manifesting something. You're working on something, even if it's something you don't even realize, like something you could be transforming it subconsciously, even, through some endeavor that you're doing, you're connecting to, that is transmuting or changing, like maybe subconsciously changing the way you think about something, without maybe even realizing it too. But I think for most of you, you are aware of it. You are like, that you are keeping something very close to your chest, because it's like, that if you were to tell anyone about this, it's almost giving me a vibe, and this definitely is not for everyone. So, but it's giving me, I'm getting a feeling for somebody. It could be just one person out there. This could be something, a secret, like that, that you want to expose or reveal, like you haven't revealed, like maybe your gender, your gender alignment, what you consider your gender, even though it may not, maybe it's not the gender you were born with, but you haven't, that the people around you wouldn't be accepting, or maybe, wouldn't fully be on board with you revealing, coming clean and being your authentic self of who you feel you are, and so you're keeping that very close to your chest until you feel the time is right, that you can succeed to have the life that you want, to have the fulfillment, the life that you want to lead. And that's just an example, and that's something that popped in my head that I felt needed to be shared, because I feel like it was given for a reason. But it's something like that where I feel like, like where you feel like society at large may not accept whatever it is that you're wanting to walk into, what your fulfillment would be. It's not maybe fully accepted yet. And it's centered around self-expression. This is why I feel like this painter card here is here, and why there's this like running away from your problems and secrets, because it's something you feel like you've had to keep a secret, and that you had to wear this mask maybe, or to hide this part of yourself because you felt like it wouldn't be accepted, even though it would bring you fulfillment to be able to drop the mask and be who you want to be. So you're manifesting the ability to be yourself, to be able to be yourself in your environment, for people to accept you for who you are, my pile threes, or to accept what you're about to do. Because it could be, it could be something, to give another example, it could be something along the lines of like you have parents that expect you to be an athlete or something, or to be a straight A student, go to law school, something like that. But you are a creative person, you're an artist, and you don't know how to tell your parents, that they wouldn't be happy, even though it would bring you fulfillment. They wouldn't be happy. The people around you wouldn't support you and be happy with the choice that you're making, even though it's what's right for you. It's what would bring you contentment, what you would bring you fulfillment. So you're keeping it secret until you're ready, till the time is ready. And so I'm going to get the tarot on this, but I really feel like that I feel like with the cards that are here and the way this is laying out, that what is coming to you in the next couple months, my pile three, is that you're going to have the opportunity, like you're going to reach your goal, like that something is going to shift for you, where you can start living your life the way you want to. Like you're going to be able to bring the secret out into the light, because as we have here with this peach in the, like I said, right now it's hidden in the shadows, like the moon is still there, it's not fully exposed, the moon has not recessed, it's not gone away. Even though the sun is coming up, the moon is still there. So once, I think that what is coming for you, my pile threes, is that the shadow, the moon that is still eclipsing this fulfillment, is going to, be, it's going to disappear as the sun continues to come out. The sun is going to continue rising and continue to come out, and that moon will disappear and fade into, it'll move and shift where it's no longer causing that eclipse on your fulfillment, on your life fulfillment, on the thing that fulfills you the most, where you're not going to have to keep it in the shadows anymore. You're not going to have to hide it anymore. That you're going to be given the opportunity to see your goals come to fruition, that the time that you're waiting for your harvest to come in, for your fruit to be ripe for the picking. It's coming very soon, is what I'm getting off of the vibe that I'm getting. It's coming very soon, and it may not be exactly within the next couple months, but it's coming soon, is what I feel like, because we have this. You've almost reached your goal. Okay, it's like it's almost there. There's still just this little bit of, you know, pre-shadow, like that's still there on this situation. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what it has. That's interesting. That's in reverse. Did you have a no, you didn't have another card in reverse. That was another pile. So you have the Ace of Wands, Temperance, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. Your cards just wanted to jump right out, my pile threes. Okay. So you have the Four of Swords, the Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. I like that there's this increase here. Definitely. Because like I said, I really feel like that, yeah, I mean, this is just telling your story. It's all this is just telling the story. So we have, you know, you've been patient. You've been patiently, quietly working on something. You know, you've had your patience. You've been keeping this to yourself. Busy working. Look at, I mean, she's got all those hands that are doing all kinds of things. Like, I think this is, you know, I almost feel like you're like, this is what you've been doing on the outside. You've been, you know, putting on, you know, doing all these things on the outside, and nobody sees the real you. You know, you're busy out here doing all these things for everybody else, or, you know, putting on up appearances in the external world, but inside, you know, you're doing your own thing. There's something inside you that you're keeping to yourself, and time is passing. This is, you know, this talks about that time that you've been working on something. And the Ace of Wands being here in reverse, it really tells me like the opportunity just has not been there in the past, like to expose this, to bring this to light, to share your passion with the world. You know, I feel like, you know, this is your passion. In the upright, this is the, you know, talks about this is literally like production and creativity. This is the spark of creativity, with the Ace of Wands, you know, but it's in reverse. So it tells me that opportunity to spark and ignite your imagination, or to spark a new beginning in a passionate way toward your fulfillment has not been there for you. You've been patiently waiting while you've been putting on this mask to the world to be, you know, where you've kind of had to hide yourself, hide who you really are, or hide what you really want. You weren't really able to express that or share that with anyone. You haven't been able to share or had this opportunity for this passion, this desire to come to surface. That has caused, you know, with the Four of Swords, this has caused some issues. This is those doubts that we talked about here, you know, the secrets, the running from your problems. This is, you know, those are those doubts and fears that are creeping in. Four of Swords here. It talks about healing. The Four of Swords is a card of healing wounds, healing things, and I think that you've been you know, learning to grow, to accept yourself, because, you know, accept yourself for who you are. And I think that through that, you know, as you've been working on whatever it is you've been manifesting, pile threes, you know, you're really healing things within you. You're fighting those, you know, fighting out the outside world. You're healing the wounds that people maybe caused for the few times maybe you did like try and share with somebody in your past. Like at some point maybe you tried to share, you know, what was going on, or how you felt, or what you wanted, and someone, you know, put some negative stinking thinking in your brain, or made you feel like you couldn't have this, you couldn't, you weren't going to be able to, you know, be the person that you wanted to be, or live the life that you wanted to live. and you started to have these doubts and fears. You started to, maybe convince yourself that you couldn't have it. But I think that you've been healing that with this Four of Swords. You've been healing that. That's where I said I feel like you never felt like you had the opportunity, like you couldn't ever share this with anybody. You couldn't share this passion, this desire that you had with anyone. You felt like the opportunity to share it was never there. So you had to keep it to yourself. You had to keep it hidden and bide your time. And you've been healing that. You've been healing those wounds, healing, keeping it to yourself. And, again, buying time, keeping it to yourself, even though you've had this deep desire, this fire burning, this deep desire to share this with the world, to share who you are, to be accepted for who you are, but you feel like you can't be, you up to this point, you feel like you haven't been able to, like people would not accept you for who you are. But I think that you're realizing that's not the case, that it's okay, that it's okay to ruffle feathers. It's okay to, if people don't like you, if they don't accept you, that I think you're getting past that. I think that's what you're working on. I think that's what you're healing at this time, is you've been working on yourself in the background, or working on this project, whatever it is, to be something. A good example of kind of this for me, working on this, you've been working on this in the background, that Eight of Pentacles. So it really, a situation I can share regarding to something similar is I always felt pressured, not that it was true or not, but I felt pressured, that I felt there was this expectation that I had to go into certain professions that would earn income. Like that was the expectation, that I had to live in a certain manner and a certain lifestyle, that's the way things were supposed to be. That's what you have to do. You have to live this way, if you want to succeed. And that was kind of ingrained in me from a child, and for right or wrong, but that's the way the people around me believed. They all believed that, so I became, I believed that. But deep down inside of me, I was nothing like that. Like I could not be somebody that was going to be like, like this, I've always struggled with authority and 9-to-5 jobs, and because I am an extremely creative person. I like a lot of flexibility. I am chaotic. I'm not disciplined. I don't like a lot of structure. I like things to just kind of be impulsive and just kind of just go with the flow. I'm happier when I am that way. And so to prove a point, to be more accepted in the environment that I found myself in, I found a way to go into a profession that allowed me to marry the two worlds together. So to be creative yet still be, have a stable income and a stable a job, so to speak, to satisfy everyone around me. But it was kind of like, I told you so, that I could make a living being who I am, and so, it's still, it's hard to, I went a long time, in my life with that, where I felt like at odds with the world until I found a solution. And I was working in the background. Like I said, I didn't let anybody know. I just figured out a way, and I just did it to kind of say, see, I can do this. I can be who I am. I can make you happy and be who I am at the same time. And I grew from there. But it's kind of that kind of energy that I'm seeing is that you've been working on something so that you can kind of expose yourself, or expose the project, or expose who you are to the world, and say, this is who I am, You know, I can be accepted. You know, it's okay for people to accept me. But I also think you're getting in the right mind frame with this Four of Swords, that you're getting in the right mind frame, that you're becoming less worried about what other people think, that there's not as much pressure, you're not putting as much pressure on yourself to please other people, you know, to make other people happy, that you understand that your fulfillment's at stake here, your life, your fulfillment, your happiness is what's at stake here. And I think you're about ready to show some people, you know, who you really are. You know, I feel like that's what's coming next for you is, you know, in the next couple months, you're going to really start, you know, showing people what you've been working on behind closed doors, who you really are, that they haven't, the thing they haven't seen, whether that's a project that you've been working on, you know, because it's a passion of yours that you haven't let anyone in on, or whether it's just who you are. Like I said, you know, maybe, you know, it could be coming out, you know, or it could be gender related. It could be coming out sexually in a certain way. It could be a project. It could be a type of work that you find fulfilling, or something that would throw everyone around you for a loop, because it's so unexpected. Like, I feel like that's the thing. It's going to be so unexpected, because I feel like for my pile threes, you've kept this so under wraps that nobody knows this about you. Like, nobody really knows the real you. And so once you come out and step out into the world as the real you, it's going to shock a lot of people, you know. But I feel like you're preparing yourself for that battle. Like, that's what you've been preparing yourself for, the response, because you know you're going to get a response, and you're preparing yourself for the response, because you know you have to do it, because you know it's what's going to make you happy, whether people like it or not. You know, you've got to do this for yourself. And that's what I feel strongly, is, you know, you've got to do this for yourself. It's what's going to bring you happiness. And that's why you're protecting it. You're guarding it. Like, you're guarding it on both sides. You're guarding and protecting this fulfillment, this happiness, because it's so vital to you. It's so important to you, my pile three. It says it right here, with it being on both sides coming out, two different cards, two different decks, talking about protecting, you know, protecting your treasure, protecting your future, protecting, you know, something that is vital to your fulfillment, you know, and manifesting that fulfillment. So that's what I have for you, pile three. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if it does resonate with you, or it sounds like it's resonating with you, and I think you'll know if it is or not, because I think this is something that's been going on for a long time with you, from what the energy that I'm getting. Hit that like button down below, and please let me know. I'd love to hear your story. If you want to share it with me, I would definitely appreciate that. I thank you for all the support you're lending to my channel, even just showing up here and listening. That supports me and supports my growth on the channel, so I thank you so much. If you're moved to do so, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and join me on other readings. And I hope to see you, if you haven't watched one of the other piles, or don't join me in pile 4, I hope to see you in one of my other readings. So thank you so much. I wish you the very, very best. Thank you so much. Harmony and gratitude to you. Hello, hello, my pile 4s. Welcome to your pick a card reading. And this is if you picked the Freedom card here, with this beautiful, all these beautiful birds and like flying out of a belfry, it looks like, or the Howlite stone here. This is your pile. So let's see what we have here. I went ahead and pulled some oracle cards ahead of time, so to save a little bit of time here. So this is a general message, and this is projected for over the next couple months, what's coming towards you over the next couple months. We're leaving it open to the universe for whatever they want to speak to you about. So we have number 34, Lay of the Land, ancestral wisdom coming through. Okay. And then 48, wishing well. 48, wishing well. And then you had 2 cards of the Sacred Soul Portals deck that came through here. So we have Pillar of Strength. Fortify your resolve and stand strong in your truth. Do not let others undermine your faith. And then the second card you got from this deck is High Tides. So you may be feeling swamped, but the shore is within sight. Just keep swimming along. Just keep on swimming. I like that both of these are portals. You got portals on both of these cards. So maybe something happened during portal energy, the portal through portal season. The portal season we had, I think the last portal, of course, was 11/11. And then we have one coming up on the 12/12 portal that'll be coming up. So 11/11 was a big portal. So maybe something occurred there. Let's go ahead. We have Divine Truth here for you. Pile 4. You will know the truth. Answers will come in time, or the unnecessary questions will fall away. So maybe, maybe that's what you're setting yourself free from. Maybe there's something that you have been wishing for, an answer, a truth, something you've been waiting for, wishing for, some kind of clarity on something. But maybe you haven't, maybe you're realizing that the question, maybe you're going to realize what you're wishing for or wishing on maybe wasn't the correct, wasn't really what you wanted or wasn't the right questions. We'll see what comes through. But I feel like I'm going to give you an example. This is something that this is coming through. And I just mentioned this to somebody else because it was something just about a week ago, because it was something that I read and it caught me in a way that it stuck with me. So, and that's coming through strongly on this, with this pile here, is that there's a difference between your dreams and your wishes. Dreams are the things that your soul wants for your soul's happiness, for the happiness and well-being of your soul. Okay, it's kind of like your destiny, your north node. It's what you're here that will bring. It's what you're here on this planet right now that you're doing that will bring you true fulfillment. Okay, that's what your dreams are, like what you experience when you dream at night, what you in your subconscious that you long for, in your subconscious mind, in your dreams, the hopes and dreams that you have. Those dreams are your soul trying to speak to you, or your ancestors trying to speak to you, to give you the lay of the land, to understand the way forward, to understand where your true dreams are, where your focus should be to achieve the freedom of your soul that you want. But what I feel like here is you're getting caught up in wishes. And wishes, by the thing that I read, the way it discerned or differentiated dreams from wishes, as I said, dreams are what your soul wants. Wishes are what we wish on, that are short-term fulfillment based on material 3D desires. So for instance, maybe you just want a new house, or maybe you want a new job. You wish for those things, but those wishes that you wish for may not be aligned with your soul purpose, may not be aligned with what will bring your soul true joy and happy and harmony and freedom. And I like how we have the Howlite card, that the Howlite crystal that I put with this deck, because Howlite is all about dreams. It's a stone of dreams. It's one of the stones they recommend, putting by your bed or putting under your pillow, because it helps you dream. And so we just talked about dreams being what your soul really wants, what your soul really desires, on a very deep level. It's what you really truly your heart and soul desire. And I feel like this lay of the land card, ancestral wisdom, is, in your dreams, in your subconscious, your ancestors are trying to connect with you, trying to show you the lay of the land, trying to show you your soul path, trying to show you the way, where your dream really is, what your truth is. And that's why we have like the divine truth, what your divine truth is, that you've been wishing for the wrong things, you've been asking the wrong questions, you've been looking in the wrong places for happiness and fulfillment and true freedom, soul's freedom, because maybe you've been wishing and asking for what you've been wishing for have been wishes, material wants and needs and desires. Maybe you're just wanting material needs met for this in this 3D reality, or 3D illusion, because honestly, this is an illusion that we live in, which may be a little bit beyond some of the folks that may watch this, but we do indeed actually live in an illusion created within from our own mind and our own beliefs. What we see in the world, what we experience, are based on our thoughts and hopes and dreams and wishes. So when a wish, a short-term desire based on something in the tangible physical reality that we see, this 3D reality, when we may ask for something that may not be aligned with our heart and soul, and that causes conflict, that can cause, which may require us, to have this, to fortify our resolve and stand our ground. And it says, stand strong in your truth. Again, truth, it's knowing what your truth is. And I think that is what you're figuring out, my pile fours, is that you're starting to understand, even though you may not realize it. I think deep down, you're starting to realize what your divine truth is. Because you're in your dreams, it's being exposed to you. You're starting to see the difference, even though you may not realize it. You're starting to see the difference between short-term wishes and long-term dreams. Like you're starting to understand that maybe the things that you have wished for in the past have not been aligned with your true divine truth and true dreams and wishes, like your true dreams, heart and soul dreams, soul path dreams. We haven't even gotten these other two cards here. Oh my goodness. I just went off. I just rambled on. Things just came through. So we'll go with it. So we have the Captain card, taking command, taking command, teamwork. And I think this is teamwork with your spirits, like with your ancestors, like with yourself even, like teamwork here. Because it's taking command, taking control of your life, control of your destiny. We have the stars up here, representing the stars. And then I feel like these two guideposts, it's like giving me not only like a 2 of wands kind of energy, but also a 2 of pentacles energy. But this is in balance, it's in balance. It's like a pathway forward to your star, but Two of Wands can also talk about a choice, that there's two paths you can take, and usually one of them you're starting to leave behind and move toward one decision. It's starting to move toward one path that and leave one behind, and move toward something that you're setting your intention toward, that you may be manifesting. So then we have the adventure, which this came up, I think, in pile 1, I believe. I want to say pile 1. So if you were drawn to pile 1, there might be something in that message for you, because you definitely could have, with the way these have come out, the messages, you definitely could be, experiencing more than just one pile here, over the next couple months. But this is the adventurer, responsibilities and expectations. But interesting enough, where for pile 1, I was focused on the erupting volcano. With this, now this time in your reading, I'm actually focused on, or being drawn to all the vines and the leaves that are starting to grow, that are starting to encroach upon this person's hand. That almost feels like it's reaching out to like try and stop the tower from happening, stopping the volcano from erupting. Again, I feel like, it's kind of like maybe you've been down in the weeds, here, and it's trying to break out of the being in the weeds, where we had this card here about unnecessary questions. Maybe that's, the unnecessary questions have been clouding your judgment, have been encroaching and keeping you back, because it's confusing you. And while that's been happening, things have been going on, where you're not seeing, keeping you from your true path. That's why, eruptions can happen, tower moments can happen, especially if we choose short-term goals over long-term goals, because we try and satisfy a need that we have in the short term instead of thinking in the long term. So let's go ahead and get into your tarot here. My pile 4s. What do you got for my pile 4s? What do you want to add to this, universe? We have the Chariot, the 6 of Coins, 6 of Pentacles, the Moon card, the 10 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. A lot of conflict there. And it's Swords energy, so that's mental energy. Again, both of these are mental energy, confusing yourself, causing yourself heartbreak by your thinking, like the way you're seeing things. Like I feel like you were trying to get clarity on a situation, trying to break free of something that's kept you trapped in your mind, possibly, which is why we have, the Strength, where it's like stand strong in your truth. And I think that this has been cloudy, like this has been hidden. Your truth has been hidden down in the weeds. You've been down in the weeds, asking the wrong questions, wishing for the wrong things. And that's why your truth has been hidden. And I feel like this also is like, I like that there's this bridge here, and she's on this bridge, like trying to see things from a new point of view, kind of like reflecting. There's this reflecting on what's been hidden, like, why am I not getting these answers? Why are the answers that I'm asking for not coming? doing this reflection in a sense is what I'm getting here, this reflection. And it's interesting because usually on the moon there's the two wolves, like a wolf and a dog, I think, which are supposed to show like the two aspects. But here we have, I think those are supposed to be raccoons. I think. I can't tell what those are supposed to be, but the main thing I'm being drawn to here is the fact that she's like almost reflecting. It's like a reflective energy, like reflecting on things. And I feel like with the chariot can talk about trying to get your thoughts in order, get, to know where to go. Like once you have your sights, it's almost like putting your blinders on to know a direction. If you don't know what direction you're going, like if your heart and your mind are being pulled in two directions, you're not going to get anywhere. So this is like getting your heart and soul and your mind and everything into alignment and all on the same page so that you can go in the same direction. So again, it comes back to knowing what your truth is so that you can get in this chariot and you can plow forward in the direction that you need to go to find your freedom, to find your truth. And that's what your freedom lies. Your freedom lies in your truth. Look at this freeing. It's like freeing. There's so much freedom that comes with knowing the truth, knowing your truth, pile 4, knowing who you are, knowing what your dreams really are, knowing your dreams, where you're headed, where you need to head, what you're meant to be doing on this world, who you're meant to be in this world, this lifetime, and really getting aligned with that is what this is calling for. And giving to that, getting on the same page, knowing where you're going, which I really feel like, you have people, you have your spirit team that's trying to help you through dreams, trying to show you what your path is, your dream is, trying to lay out the land so that you can see. Because look, here's another person standing up and reflecting, standing above water, reflecting in the moonlight on the things that have been hidden from you. And why, I'm trying to understand why, reflecting on that moon, reflecting on the shadow, reflecting on, who you really are, coming to terms with who you really are. Giving, I feel like the six of Pentacles is really, giving to your, that's not how I want to put it. It's meeting the world on your level. Like I feel like, interesting enough, it's coming through to me as like I see all these bugs here with these coins down here, and this person is I feel like this is you letting yourself out, showing your truth, meeting everyone on, like from a place of equality, saying, I can match, this is who I am. This is what I bring to the table. It's kind of a know your worth kind of energy, and bringing that to the table, knowing what you're worth, going after what you're worth, knowing what you're worth, because you've reflected on this. You've suffered the pain. You've suffered this. This is really, I feel like, this 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords has been what you've experienced, the difficulty that you've experienced that you're trying to break free of, which is like these of breaking your own heart in a way, like causing yourself a lot of pain, of mental conflict, because you sought after things that weren't a lot truly aligned with who you were, pile 4. And so there was this need to really, like get real with yourself is what I get. Like this energy of it's time to get real and try to free myself from the confines that I've put on myself, the um the shackles that I have put on myself. It's also calling, like, in this moonlight, the reflection, I think, is forgiveness. Forgiveness for the pain and the mental conflict maybe that you've caused yourself in in putting yourself in the weeds of distracting yourself with things that got you so caught up in responsibilities and expectations, maybe of others, maybe of yourself. It could be because I feel like it's both, like you maybe placed a lot of responsibility on yourself, placed a lot of expectations on yourself, and so you brought a lot of weight into your life, without realizing what you were doing. And you couldn't figure out, well, why is this so hard? Why is this so painful? Why is this so hard? Why am I struggling and having such a difficult time? And when you started reflecting on that, when you started looking at it, you started to realize that what you were, the picture that you were trying to paint for yourself, the wishes that you were trying to wish for, really didn't align with your soul and your soul purpose. It wasn't creating this freedom that your heart and soul desired. And so I feel like what's coming in the next few months is that you're going to start seeing the truth. You're going to start really seeing your truth of what your path is, who you really are, who you want to be in the world. You're going to get out of the weeds. You're clearing the path. You're getting out of the weeds. And I think your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spirit team is helping you do that. They're here trying to help you, show you the way forward, show you what you're really here for and meant to do in this lifetime that's aligned with your soul. And I think once you realize that and you start moving in that direction, start giving to that and moving into that direction, I think all of this that has been challenging for you is going to go away, and you're gonna realize a freedom that you've never experienced before in your life. It's gonna be so freeing when you truly can walk and be and experience and live your truth. When you start really living your truth, knowing your truth, living your truth, it's going to give you a level of freedom that you have never experienced before in your life until now. And that's what's coming for you, my pile fours, which is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So I really do hope that resonated with you. I thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. Thank you. If you watched any other piles, hit that like button down below. Even if it resonated or not, if you just want to support my channel, that's the best way to do it, is hitting that like button or even leaving a comment. Subscribed if you're moved to do so. We'll be doing, still, I know my channel has been growing super slow, but I am fine with that because I want to cultivate the right community on my channel. So, if you feel subscribe. I'd love to have you. If you aren't moved to, I wish you the best, and to find the readers that do work for you and align for you. There are so many out there, and not everybody is for everybody, and I get that. We're all in different energy and all in different places, and I do greatly wish you the best. I will be doing a thank you reading at 500 subscribers, though, that I will be giving away a deck of some type during that thank you reading when I hit 500 subscribers. So I do want to mention that I am aiming for that, even though it's been slow getting there. So thank you so very, very much. I wish you the very best. Thank you so much, harmony and gratitude.